Johnny Lawrence from the Cobra Kai versus Mike Barnes. Let's get it on! What's up, boys and girls? This is Vin Jimfe. Hope you're having a smashing day. If this is your first time to the channel, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And for the rest of you, thank you for joining me once again. So, today, as a request, and this is something that actually I've seen many comments on, people asking me to do an episode where I talk about what would happen in a hypothetical situation if Johnny Lawrence was fighting Mike Barnes. Mike Barnes being the bad guy of Karate Kid 3, and Johnny Lawrence being sort of, well, I think he's kind of the bad guy personally from Karate Kid 1, but I understand that there are those of you who think that Johnny Lawrence is actually the good guy. Now, enough about that. Like, this is strictly like who would win, you know, Johnny Lawrence versus Mike Barnes. Now, I really want to know your opinion. That's really why I made this episode, because I'm really interested what you think. But I'm gonna offer you my 2 cents, I can't talk today, my 2 cents on who I think would win. And actually, I think it would be a very good fight. I think that Johnny Lawrence could actually beat Mike Barnes. Now, I know there are a lot of people who would say that's impossible. Mike Barnes is like the Terminator. Mike Barnes is like Darth Vader of the Karate Kid universe. Maybe, I don't know. I still think that Johnny Lawrence would have a very good shot. Like, not 100%, I think it will be a close fight, but I still think that Johnny Lawrence could actually whoop Mike Barnes' butt. And I'll explain to you why. It's a very simple theory and a simple explanation why that is. So, if you remember in Karate Kid 3, Mike Barnes was basically handing Daniel his own butt. You know, like, because he was actually whooping it, like completely whooping it throughout the entire movie. He was completely dominating Daniel. But the main reason why he was dominating Daniel, because he was very good at intimidation. He was very good at putting fear into Daniel Larusso. All right. Now, in the end of Karate Kid 3, you can definitely see that, you know, when Daniel is just ready to quit, he wants to give up, and Miyagi goes like, focus, you know, it's okay to lose to opponent, must not lose to fear, yada yada yada. Daniel does his kata thing, he overcomes his fear, and in one blow, he beats Mike Barnes. Now, sure, some could argue that the reason Mike Barnes lost is because he was basically confused by the whole kata thing, and who wouldn't be, right? I mean, you're at a bar fighting someone and someone just throws kata on you. Like, I get it, like, it would be so confusing. But I still think that the main reason that Mike Barnes lost is because he didn't have fear anymore. He's an awesome fighter. That's not, you know, you could definitely see in the beginning of the movie when Mike Barnes first meets Daniel and they're sort of fighting, and you can sort of see that actually Mike Barnes does get like a hit or something. Like, it's not like completely that Mike Barnes is whooping Daniel's ass. Daniel is standing his own ground because he's not had the chance to become scared of Mike Barnes yet. Okay, now going back to Johnny Lawrence, like, from what I've seen in Karate Kid number 1, Karate Kid 2, and Cobra Kai, there was never a moment where Johnny Lawrence is actually scared. Have you noticed that? Like, there are no moments where he's terrified. Like, there is so many things thrown at him, but he's never scared. And he's just using fear as explosive, you know, something that drives him forward, pushing him forward, not backwards. So I think that Mike Barnes would have a very difficult task ahead of himself if he tried to make Johnny Lawrence be afraid. He would go like, "What's the matter, sweetheart? Having trouble breathing?" And Johnny Lawrence would be like, "No. Why would you ask me that? We're fighting, right?" You know, I think it would be an interesting fight, and I think that Johnny Lawrence, who is a very skilled fighter, I mean, let's face it, like, he was, in first Karate Kid, we learned that it was his second All Valley tournament, and he was really close of defeating Daniel. but Daniel was more skilled, apparently, and he did this crane thing. But Johnny Lawrence, really good fighter. And so, my conclusion is that Johnny Lawrence would have a very good shot if he was to fight Mike Barnes. That's just my thought, my theory on the whole thing. I would really love it if you could tell me what you think, and most importantly, why. Okay, that's it, I'm done. So, hope you're having a smashing day. As I said in the beginning, I hope you continue having a smashing day, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care. Okay, that was it. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, see that like button, smash it. And I got some freakishly awesome videos coming up. Better subscribe so you don't miss a beat. I'll see you later. Peace.